Hello, hello. Welcome to the Mystery Funhouse. Welcome to another MT19 match. And we're getting pretty far into the tournament, so got some strong competitors coming up. We have Somegi and Jakazam. Both have been here quite a while, and both you might see around in the Discord from time to time. Let's see, some girl with a very strong win rate, 62%, 33 wins, 20 losses. And Jakazam with a win rate of 66%, 19 wins and 10 losses. So both pretty strong players, but we are already in Lizards 5, I think. So not too surprising. Let's see, what games have they played? Somegi played versus Fuller Lizards Hot Heat Reset Chapter 1. I think that's like the block moving action puzzler. Lost against Aaron Dobby in Power Put Legend, a mini golf game by Team Bogulon. Won against It Might Be Mikey in Super Puzzled Cat, one of my favorite games this year, I think, in the tourney. Yeah, I think that's Hot Heat Reset. One against Chell in Cataracte, like a, almost want to say exploration platform, thankfully it's fairly linear. And one against Exuno pretty recently in SSX3 for the GameCube. And then Jakazam won against Spartycat in Darkwing Duck on the NES, a very Mega Man style platformer. One against Thor of Kenya in Biomechanical Toy, an arcade run and gun by Spanish devs Gailco. I'm a big fan of them. Lost against Ferris V5 in Eigengrau, kind of shmup, a pretty new one. And one against Mars Ray in The Legend of Lumina. That's the Sokoban with the animal powers, yeah. That game looked very nice. Coming up, the puzzle game. It looks like Blasphemous Roar is joining me. Hello.
Hello, Mystery Funhouse. Welcome to another night of racing action. Muware, thank you so much for all that you do broadcasting these races.
You're welcome. How do you feel about commentating on puzzle games?
Oh, great. Why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep jumping in and getting the race and being like, I'm gonna help commentate, and then it's a friggin'.
It is a tall twins tower.
Oh boy, we've got tall twins tower. So I wanted to quickly mention the racers, or did you already get to that part by the time I got here?
I talked about the player cards, but go ahead if you want to.
Oh, I just want to mention, by the way, folks, if you don't know, this is factional infighting. These are good friends fighting each other. Oh yes, we've got the mystery funhouse has many small factions hanging about, and these two are part of that faction and are hanging out and are ready to eliminate each other here in Lizards 5. Lizards 5, Somegi versus Jakazam. Crazy.
And we're starting, and if you're watching the Mystery Funhouse more often, you might have seen this my think we've had it in Myskory, I don't actually know how that's pronounced.
Yeah, we had it in Myskory, and this is Tall Tower, so if you wanted to explain it.
I mainly want to say this is the sequel to what I think is Internet Original's favorite game.
Correct. So this is a sequel to Tall Infinity called Tall Twins Tower, and this has a puzzle mode in it.
I think the other one... Does the first game have a puzzle mode? I'm not actually sure.
I don't remember it having a puzzle mode. But basically, the main game has you constantly running around, rotating these blocks, and trying to match the colors together. And when you match the colors together, they build up 2 or 3 rows. And your goal is that the tower is constantly collapsing, so you need to continue building upward in order to make it to the top. And you do that by matching these and getting chains and the like. But the way that it works is that if you match the block to the... If you match the block...
so the basic goal of the puzzles here is to put the same colored sides together.
Yeah.
That was how the previous game worked, and also how this game works. The big difference here, in the previous game you could only roll the blocks. We've seen them roll them already. They roll like cubes, like dice, I guess. But here there's also the crane and the slide move additionally. Although in puzzle mode they're very limited. Somegi in a stage here where she can do a slide. So crane lets you lift a block and move it, but you can only move it a limited number of steps, a limited number of blocks. And slide rotates a whole layer of the tower.
Did this bunny just dive kick?
Not sure I saw that.
Something to talk about the way that the blocks roll. You can roll a block up 1 step. Okay, so what some girls running into is that you have to have the connect happen after the fall. So she needs to slide that bottom block first in order to do this. The way that the bunny falls, it looks like a dive kick. But anyway, so you have a bit of the movement that you can do in this game involves being able to move a block up a row via getting enough momentum to do so. So you can move it up 1 row if you had 2 spaces next to it to move. And that means that it's going to cost you 2 steps to go up 1. So I'm definitely wondering if that's going to affect the players. Some girl, however, did take a little bit of time to understand how that last level worked, and that's putting her 4 stages behind.
Yeah, these puzzle stages go pretty quickly, but I think the later ones are gonna be more difficult. This is actually my submission, and I think it's never like super difficult, but it's definitely possible to get stuck somewhere.
I mean, the amount of moves that are possible at the start, as we go up, basically, you have, if you have 1 move available, right, and you have 2 blocks on top of each other, immediately on top of each other, you have 2 possible permutations of how that stage can even look, right? But as you hit 4 steps, you run into 16 permutations. Like it gets up there. I don't know if that math is exactly right. I'm pretty sure it's possibility squared, but I'm not sure.
In this case, you also have different skills, so it's even more options, I guess. So far, our players are still making great progress. Jakazam on 11, Somegi also almost there.
I mean, we did just see that lead get diminished here. So this is definitely where Jakazam needs to move every block to the left. There's an empty block there that you might not think you have to interact with, but you do.
Yeah, it's a pretty small puzzle and simple enough. There we go. Jakazam sees the solution.
Some girl has the solution but doesn't realize that she needs to kind of do things a bit differently with it.
Ectate is asking for a deep lore dive, but honestly I don't really know any lore about this game or the previous one. Maybe Internet Dirigible would know if you're actually interested.
Okay, so there's a tower, and it's tall, almost infinitely tall. And we're trying to get to the top, and also don't die to the birds.
I don't remember the birds, but yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know how you don't remember the birds. Oh, we remember the birds, alright. We remember the birds.
I'm guessing it must have some kind of story, but yeah, you're gonna have to take that from the manual. The game doesn't really represent that in any way, I think. I'm mostly familiar with the previous game as well. Somegi also on this puzzle where you have to move every block one step to the left. Oh, Jakazam with the first crane puzzle.
Oh. The crane just lets you pick the block up and move it one space over. Yeah, that empty block is definitely a bit of a red herring in this. Like, you look at the empty block and you go, oh, I don't need to mess with the empty block at all. And you really, really do.
Yeah, you have to move it out of the way at least. And I think that's gonna come up more often later on. Jakazam, yeah, goes up the path there. I don't remember all the solutions, but I think this might be timed, yeah. You have to be quick enough.
And somebody gets to clear there.
Turns into a bit of an action puzzle. Jakazam's really far ahead by now. Stage 20 to stage 13 on Somegi's side.
Yeah, I was definitely wondering if we were going to see that catch-up happening on some girl's side, because she moved forward quite a bit, but it seems to have dwindled a bit, and meanwhile, Jakazam maintaining parity here.
On Somegi's side we see another aspect here. Some blocks can only be rolled in one direction.
Okay, good solve, good solve.
Jakazam's puzzle has a lot of colors. Most of these puzzles we've seen so far don't really have a lot of colored sides. It looks kinda very saturated.
Yeah, there's a lot of how does this do going on here. Oh, but she finds it. She found how does do. We've only got 42 puzzles to go. At the 9-minute mark, Jakazam has completed half of them. Now, they are going to get harder, folks. In fact, one can argue that they already are. So why is this not just step to the left? Oh, because then we're going to match those other two. I see what the problem is.
Because I'm lifting up the block, but it doesn't match like that. I think only rolling matches blocks together.
It looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, this spin says so as well.
Okay, so we lift one to make sure that they don't match, and then we... Nope, that's not it. Meanwhile, Somegi only 3 levels behind. 2 levels behind.
Yeah, these stages are really short if you don't get stuck in them. So I'm now in thinking mode.
Somegi figures it out. This one's a little bit complicated. I can see where the question is. And I think Jakazam has the right answer there, is that I think you gotta crane up that one to the right. I think you just crane it to the right, and then you drop the top one on it, and then you drop the next one on it. In fact, do we even need all 3 steps? Oh, we're tied! Will Somegi figure it out before Jakazam?
You always have to use up all the resources it gives you, so you have to use all the steps, all the cranes, all the slides.
Oh, okay. That was not something I wasn't sure if you had to specifically use them all.
Check as I'm locking out the lowest blocks there. Yeah, I'm glad they
I think Somegi is going to run into that. No, you don't.
Somegi quickly solving it. Yeah, nice.
Oh, wait, you do. Oh, that step does do all that. Yeah. So Somegi has taken the lead.
I'm glad they get at least a little bit stuck. I'd be worried if they solve the whole thing in 15 minutes.
Okay, so craning counted as a step.
Yep, everything. I think slide also counts as a step.
That's what messed with me. When you said that you need them all, that's what caught me off guard.
Somegi, they're demonstrating the stair climbing technique, but not sure you need it here. I don't remember the solution. I think I do remember. Drop the topmost one to the right, then you can slide the whole thing to the left, and then rotate the left one, the colored block, to make a match. So you drop the gray block down so that you can touch the other block with the slide. Because you rotate the whole layer that you're standing on. But you can't stand on the colored block there. Somegi dropping in the wrong direction, but it didn't experiment. I think
I have immediately looked at it and realized it went in the wrong direction.
I'm not sure that the game has really taught them yet that the way the slide can be used. Like, usually if you want to slide a block, you're gonna look at that block and think I have to step on it, but you can use any block in the same layer. Okay, Somegi dropping it down and then opening it up. And I think that's not right here.
Meanwhile, Jakazam gets it instantly.
Another league change. But yeah, these stages are very short, so that's probably gonna happen a bunch of times.
And another quick solve as well.
Jakazam with just one color to put together and they're very far apart. 4 steps
This looks like I want to roll the right-hand block over the step and then slide it to the left. Where does that put everything at? 1...
You definitely have to slide it, like, you need more than one layer, otherwise the slide doesn't make much sense.
Yeah. Somegi's still stuck on this stage, unfortunately.
Jakazam shows there why the slide doesn't really do anything useful if you only have one layer. Now we've got 2 layers. Okay.
There you go, yep. Slide it and then step it over to the side.
Lots of blocks.
Somegi has figured it out.
Lots of blocks and lots of possible matches for Jakazam. Well, that's gonna... yeah, that locked out a block there.
This looks kind of like one of those sort of self-solving stages. Oh,
Well, they don't fall into place automatically, so you still have to do it.
Right, but like there, where you just find the right block to move and then you just keep going to the left there. I would have started at the right end, which might have caused me to lose, but that's how I would have started it. Alright, and Jakazam just needs to go to the bottom, slide it out, and then drop the block on top. Meanwhile, Somegi figuring out the next 2 stages pretty quickly.
Jakazam trying to match with a slide.
Does Somegi see through all of the noise?
Oh, rolled one too far? Yeah, that was an accident.
Jeez, it sounds like blue being spaghettified in a black hole.
It's a very cute game. I think there's a second character, yeah, looking at the cover. He's solving this quickly, still 1 stage behind, but might catch up very soon. A lot of steps for this one and only 2 blocks.
Yeah, that's where I get scared. You got 4 steps, 2 blocks that seem like they should be pretty easy. There's no shenaniganry happening on any particular end. We just gotta figure out what we're supposed to do with these 2. And it sure does look like the answer is we need to move that one to the right one and then move the one to the left over top of it. Alright, so we got 3 blocks that we need to set up in such a way that we can...
With 3 blocks, they all have to get together, yeah. Jakazam now in... I think you can keep them rolling, so maybe you could roll over to the right.
Keep rolling. Alright, we got... Oh no, I hate that song. I just remembered who it's by. Fuck that song. Anyway.
And we're tied on the same stage again, and both are looking at the puzzle and contemplating. We've got a crane, 2 crane steps even.
Oh, some girls making movements here. Pretty...
Interesting idea from
but...
Somegi, but yeah, you can't match with the crane. It looks like Somegi quit out accidentally.
it does say puzzle mode.
Looks like we finally reached a difficult stage.
Okay, so we crane the bottom one out, and then
Ooh.
yo.
Somegi gets it, very nice.
Okay,
Pulling ahead again.
I was just working on how to solve that myself. So this one involves dropping this correctly on the side there. So we need to.
So you have to match it with a roll, you can't...
Yeah.
I've got a slide. Okay, I thought it's the crane, but no. Jakazam also solving the previous stage. You've got one slide. Okay, no. Yeah, easy.
Okay, that is how you do it. Like a lock.
It's a self-solving stage after all.
Self-solving stages felt like they always had a place in a puzzle game, like Tetris Attack, where you're doing the puzzle mode, and eventually you get to the one that you just move one block and then it forms a 17 combo, and you're like, "Oh, that feels good." There's a place for those kind of breaks. There we go. Jakazam figuring out the slide. This could be anybody's race. It honestly looked like a Jakazam blowout early on, but then Somegi just started buzzing ahead, and now here we are.
And there are only 10 stages left. Somegi solving this one. Jakazam still needs a slide there, yeah. Also solved.
There we go. 33 cleared.
Jakazam with the alternative solution going the other way.
And this one's a simple one too. You just gotta realize that you gotta pull that left one or that right one all the way over. We got 2 slides here. So we definitely want to... Yeah, we just want to bring that up left and then right, and then these two just go over one each, and they're good.
Jakazam solving it very quickly. Is ahead by one stage again.
Hello. I just got disconnected for a moment. A very split second. Nicely done, Jakazam. Alright, we're starting to see that cruise ahead again.
Looking good for Jakazam again. Solving this one first try, I think.
See the little bunny? Oh no, never mind. I saw the bunny fall enough that it doesn't look like a dive kick anymore. It's waggling its feet. It just looked like it explicitly had the Yin style dive kick, and I was like, Is some girl pondering, or has she been distracted by IRL things?
Well, there's nothing in race chat, so I can't really say that. But 35 is definitely one of the more difficult ones, I guess. Some of these are still pretty easy, even though we're over 30 stages in.
There we go.
I'm good. Oh! Matching the red, not the green part.
Jakazam's got to find the correct order to match all 3 of these in one go. So at least we can eliminate the first move from being go right, because it just doesn't work that way. Somegi off by 1.
It has a block left.
So the main thing to note is that we have to, the only place that we can match 3 together is in that little gap, right? So we've got to do something that matches that little gap, or that allows us to put the final block on top of that, and we got to roll it. So I think that it might very well, I didn't look at it what it looks like from there, but if we move the top down over to the right and roll that up, do we get it? Like, what's it look like? It goes there. Nope, because that faces up on the green. Oh, do we roll that to the side and then roll the... Yeah, I think we do. I think we roll the top one to the right, and then we crane the bottom left one to the left one, and then we roll it on top of the stack, I think. That actually might be wrong, because the red being on the opposite side of the thing. Do we actually need to get that blue block down on the bottom? I think we do. Yeah, they're both very pondering this instead of just spamming moves and hoping that something works. They're both very carefully trying to think this through. Oh, is that the right idea? Is that we need to get these two facing each other? I was wrong about the only way to match these is by them being together, by getting a gap in between them and then rolling across, because yeah, the colors are on the opposite sides of where they'd be able to match up that way. So we might be wanting to do a 3 in a row here. I mean, there's something to be said about not spamming moves, but there's also something to be said about do spam moves, because then you get to see what options you have.
I mean, if you can kind of rotate the blocks in your mind, and that works, I guess, but not everyone can do that.
Can you spin the cow? Do you have a mental exercise that you do to like kind of think, to just work on your brain a little bit when you're bored and just sitting staring? Like, for instance, me, in order to maintain some level of like, how much do I still have the capability of perceiving something in my head? I walk through the entirety of Dark Souls in my head.
Interesting. No, I don't really have anything like that.
Which is weird because I've only played Dark Souls like, 3 times maybe. So like, it's not like I was a speedrunner or anything and have intrinsic knowledge of the map. I just imagine the movement through the world.
I wonder if I could get the map of Dark Souls 1 at least right. I don't think I'd remember everything about 2 and 3, but 1 is pretty iconic, pretty memorable.
Yeah, 1's very memorable.
Our players are getting closer together again. Somegi, 38.
Oh, accidentally stepped to the left. Again, had it. Is 39 going to be the defining moment, though?
I don't remember if any of the...
Forget what she did?
I don't remember if any of the upcoming puzzles are particularly difficult. I usually just go by time when I make a goal. And apparently this goal took me 45 minutes. So I'm not the greatest puzzle player, I guess.
42 seems like a good goal. Like any one that ends on the end of the row would be a good goal in my opinion. It would bother me if it was like 35 and we ended in the middle of the row. Okay, they're both on the same stage now. Can Somegi figure this out faster than Jakazam? She's been here a bit now. Somegi ponders. She's making moves. Oh, that's totally it. Yeah, you move that to the right, and then you crane the left one up one, and then you roll it into the side. That's it. That's done. No! You did the right step. I see it now. I see it now.
Well, I hope we can see it on screen as well soon. Both of them making matches where one cube is left over.
We gotta do this. We gotta bring this block over. This block over here, and then bring this block up and over, and then roll it.
Why the up and over? Just to use the crane?
To put it in the correct... No, to put it in the correct
to not roll it,
orientation.
okay, yeah.
To not roll it, yeah.
But then... no, I'm not sure I see that, because... Then
Okay,
when the one that's on the right now drops into the middle, it would have blue on the... Okay, that works, and then it needs green on the other side, but...
What's it look like? It looks like... Oh! Wait!
Somegi does it.
Well, we're staring at it. I swear my answer worked, but I'm not... That wasn't what just happened, so...
I think the colors wouldn't match, but not sure. Oh yeah, Somegi pulling ahead, and there's only 3 stages left.
I kind of want to draw this out. What? We got this block here. This block here, move to the left, gives us... Right on... Yeah, like that. And then if we move that right...
Jakazam, I think, made your first step.
Oh, it does. It does have the blue, yellow. I think I misread the coloration. No, that's right. It's blue and yellow ends up on that side. That was the wrong thing. I thought I saw something I did not see correctly. It's still not over, folks. So my immediate thought here would be we need to crane out the one in the bottom and then roll that block into the hole and bring that back. But it's going to be off by 1 if we do so. I mean, you have to. You absolutely have to crane that out. It's just which direction do you do? And this appears to be the correct answer. That is not the correct answer. I'm off by 1 constantly. Did I mention that I cannot play Tall Infinity? I suck at it, and I never got very far, and I only beat level 2, and everything sucks forever.
Definitely take some practice, but I did manage to somewhat consistently beat the game. Oh, Jakazam skipping 39. It was still white on the lever select.
So Somegi is definitively in the head.
Yeah.
In the lead now. I thought it was a blinking and miss it moment, but here we go. We got 2 more stages left. Jakazam still got 3 or 4. With Jakazam being ahead for so long, is this where it ends?
Jakazam clears 40, goes back to 39. It's kind of funny, I think, that the stages still look so simple, like they don't have a ton of elements.
Yeah, it's very good at that, actually. I expected this was going to devolve into some nightmarish hellscape where there are like 20 blocks of different colors, and you have to permeate across like 12 moves, and this is maintained very simple. No, just figure out how to move these 3 instances.
Somegi is on the last stage, this one's a bit bigger. We've got 6
Jakazam
colored
goes
blocks.
back to 39 and gets it cleared.
Nice, still 1 stage behind, but we've seen that can change pretty quickly.
Just like that, they're both on the final stage. This is down to the wire, folks. Who will solve this final stage first?
Oh, Somegi is looking good. Yeah, that's the
And
last
it
one,
is,
and
yep.
that's probably it. There's the done.
Somegi taking it at the very end here. This is not something we get to see very often here, folks. Honestly. Oh no, Jakazam, you had it.
Yeah, they were really evenly matched. Obviously, how many stages there are? 100.
And it only ever goes up to 8 steps at stage 100. All right, here we go. Jakazam accidentally rolling it over. Whoops. This is legitimately not something we get to witness very often in puzzle races. A lot of times in puzzle races, we see a very clear discrepancy in the player's abilities, and somebody ends up getting dragged a lot behind. But this time they were right on each other's noses the entire way through. Jakazam getting the win here.
Just
holy crap! What
finishing
a good
1 minute later.
race.
Yeah, that was very close.
Let's see if any of them want to come talk about the game. We've got a Somegi. Holy crap, what a race. And we got a Jakazam. Holy crap, what a race.
Oh.
So, y'all passed the lead a couple times, and it really came down to the wire of some girl defeating 39 earlier, I think.
Yeah, 39 definitely killed me.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, 39 stuck Jakazam on it for a bit. And then she was 4 stages behind. She was on 30, solving 39 as you were on 42. Instantly solves 41 because she skipped 39, went to 40, and then came back and solved 39 quickly. And then solved 41 almost instantly. So was on this 42 with you, but by the time she had started making a move, you had found the solution.
Wow. Yeah, I got walled on so many random levels. I don't even know which one to like complain about the most.
Well,
There's so
how
many
did you-
levels that were like so easy that I just like couldn't see, and
how
That's
did you
how I feel
it
about
overall?
39 now. It, like, after seeing the solution, I'm like, how did I miss the solution? Because I had it narrowed down to, like, such a small set of possibilities. I don't know how I didn't try that one.
it was like deceptively easy to do that though, right? Like
Yeah.
the way this game works, it feels it was very much designed where there's so many levels where it's like there's not that many things you can do, but it's still very difficult to actually like which of those things is useful.
Now, how did you feel about the game overall with the race?
This game is awesome.
I liked it a lot. It was fun.
Okay. So both of you enjoyed that one as a game and as a race?
Very stressful to race.
Oh, I imagine.
Any of these like puzzle games where there's a large number of very short levels feels really scary in a race setting. Because any individual level is like, this is like a 10-second long level. If my opponent got it first try, I could have just lost like 5 minutes.
Now, one thing that we do know about your gameplay is both of you actually had the stop and think it out gameplay method rather than try new things repeatedly. Was that a conscious decision of, oh, I'd lose more time if I screw this up than if I just pondered it out? Or is that just how you approach puzzle games in the most place?
For me, this game just kind of lent itself to more of a stop and think it out thing, because depending on what you did, it would change the game state. Where if you raised up like the tower at one point, then it would lift things up and move them to different places, so it was kind of hard to just kind of like do a couple moves and see what happens. And it
Yeah, I
made
think-
more sense to kind of plan it all out to begin with.
I also think just in general, any game where the like every solution was 5 steps or less, so the value of just trying things is not really that high. Because it's like I said, it's like there's like a three move. You're better off just thinking through and figuring out what they are before trying things, especially because this game does move kind of slowly.
Yeah, you're basically not running into the Mr. Pants situation where you don't know what moves are coming up until you do them, so your only choice is to iterate.
Was that
I-
race recently?
Yeah, it was. I do not think Mr. Pants is a good mystery race.
I have played all like 200 plus levels of that game, and I don't think it's a good game at all.
Well, congratulations, Somegi. You're still in it, knocking out Jakazam here in Losers 5. Jakazam, unfortunately, this is your departure from the tournament. How do you feel about your overall performance?
I mean, I lost to Faris and Somegi. Like, that's
You know
not
what?
bad.
That's a totally understandable statement. Somegi,
That's-
we've been waiting for your
yeah.
top 8 appearance for a while now. Is this
Not
the year?
feeling good this time around. Dropping to losers this early.
Who'd you
This is
lose
already my
to?
4th match in losers bracket, so
Who did you lose to?
I lost to Aaron in golf.
Okay, that's not too surprising if it was something that used a little bit of brain power. Aaron's very good at that.
My second time dropping to losers in like my super early to a golf game, so maybe that's just something I'm bad at. I don't know.
Oof. Well, I'm still rooting for you. Keep chugging. I need to see the Somegi top 8. Like, it has to happen in my lifetime. Before you quit Mystery Tournament, it has to happen.
I mean, I'm not quitting Mystery Tournament anytime soon. I don't know.
Fair. Well, Brittany,
I-
we gonna see you next year?
Absolutely. I did want to say one more thing about this game, though, because I found a tech that I thought was going to come up and didn't.
Oh?
If you hold the circle button to move a block and it lands in a spot where it would make a match, it doesn't make a match right away, so you can continue to hold circle and move it
Yeah.
past that match.
Yeah,
Or continue
Well,
to hold
there are
circle and then hit
50
the crane button and lift it while it's still in like the matching position to make it not match.
Well, there are still 58 puzzles to go, so...
Yeah.
I wonder if that'll come up. Because yeah, I figured that out on 39, and unfortunately that increased the set of possibilities.
I think there was one puzzle where you had to be quick and roll over a moving block.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there were two of them.
Yeah.
There were two of them where my solution required that. I don't know if there were two that actually required it.
Same
Well,
for me, so we'll call it required.
thanks for giving us an absolutely incredible match. You really should see how close you all were constantly to each
Oh,
other.
I believe it.
A lot of times in races, we get blowouts or in puzzles, we get blowouts. One person just doesn't understand one level and they get walled for a long time. Did not happen until level 39.
This feels like a game where that could happen so easily.
Yeah.
It's like there's probably just like 2 levels that if Jakazam figured out instantly, she would have just destroyed me. And vice versa. If there were 2 levels that I figured out instantly, I would have been like super far ahead.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you so much for giving us a good show. We've got another match here coming up in just a moment, it looks like. Marshmaster versus Aiko has fired off the give game. So we are going to say goodbye and goodnight to Jakazam and Somegi. Somegi, good luck in your future matches. Jakazam, good luck in the next tournament.
Thanks. Good luck, Somegi.
Thank you.
And
You gotta at least make top 8 for me.
we need to see the top 8, Mr. Somegi. It has to happen.